Welcome to the MindFuel English podcast. This is a space where we slow things down and talk honestly about the thoughts many people carry quietly. Today we're talking about a feeling that's become incredibly common. That sense that everyone else is moving fast, building, achieving, advancing, while you feel like you're standing still. It's a strange feeling. You're doing your best, you're showing up, you're trying to grow. And still, it feels like life is happening faster for everyone else. You open social media and it's one milestone after another. New jobs, new homes, new relationships, new versions of people who look confident and certain. And suddenly, you start questioning your own pace. You start asking, why am I not there yet? Why does everyone seem ahead of me? What am I doing wrong? The truth is, this feeling isn't new, but social media amplifies it. It takes normal uncertainty and turns it into constant comparison. We're exposed to highlight reels all day long. We see outcomes without context. We see results without the years of confusion, delay, or doubt that came before them. And when you compare your real life to someone else's edited moment, it's almost impossible not to feel behind. But here's something important. We don't all move through life at the same speed, and we're not meant to. Different people start with different resources, different support systems, different responsibilities, and different emotional loads. But comparison doesn't care about any of that. It flattens everything into one timeline. And if you're not matching that timeline, you start believing you're failing, even when you're not. Another thing comparison does is it hides real growth. You're changing, you're learning, you're becoming more aware. But because those changes don't show up as visible milestones, they don't feel like progress. Quiet growth rarely looks impressive, but it's often the most important kind. There's also pressure to always be moving, to always be improving, to always be doing something productive. And when your life asks you to slow down, to rest, to reassess, to heal, that pause can feel like falling behind. But slowing down isn't falling behind. It's responding to what your life actually needs. Sometimes your season isn't about speed, it's about stability. Sometimes it's about clarity. Sometimes it's about unlearning patterns that no longer fit who you are. That kind of work doesn't show up online, but it changes everything. There's another layer to this feeling of being left behind that we rarely name. It's the quiet fear that time is running out. That if you don't move faster now, you'll miss your chance entirely. And that fear can be loud. It shows up late at night. It shows up when you scroll too long. It shows up when you see someone younger doing something you once planned to do. But life isn't a single window that closes forever. It's a series of doors. And not all of them are meant to open at the same time. Some doors open later because you weren't ready before. Not because you weren't capable, but because you needed more life, more understanding, more depth. When you believe everyone else is ahead, you stop listening to your own rhythm. You rush decisions. You force timelines. You say yes when your body says no. And that's when burnout begins. Not because you're slow, but because you're moving in a direction that isn't yours. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. There's nothing wrong with ambition. But ambition without alignment turns into pressure. And pressure doesn't create clarity. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is pause long enough to hear yourself again. Not the noise, not the comparisons, not the expectations. Your pace is shaped by your experiences, your healing, your responsibilities, your unseen effort. And none of those things make you weak. They make you human. You're allowed to take a different route. You're allowed to arrive later. You're allowed to redefine what making it even means. Because success that costs your peace isn't success, it's survival. And survival isn't the goal. Growth is. And growth looks different for everyone. For some, it's movement. For others, it's rest. For many, it's learning how to trust themselves again. If you've been measuring your life by speed, try measuring it by depth. If you've been chasing timelines, try choosing intention. Ask yourself this: am I actually behind, or am I just early in a different story? Because no one sees the full picture of your life except you. And no algorithm, no trend, no comparison can define your timing better than you can. You're not late. You're not broken. You're not missing out. You're becoming. Before we close, let's look at 3 useful words from today's episode. Comparison. Judging your life based on how others appear to be doing. Highlight reel. The best moments people choose to show, especially on social media. Alignment. Moving in a way that matches your values, energy, and current life situation. If you feel left behind right now, remember, your pace doesn't need to match anyone else's to be valid. Take the time you need. Move in a way that feels honest. Feed your mind, improve your English, and I'll see you in the next episode.